Howdy, gang. Welcome back to Skyward Squared. So, a lot of stuff happened. What are we doing? We just did the desert and yeah, the batteries. I think we were just doing side stuff, right? We need to like get the robot repaired. Something like that. Talk to the headmaster, right? We don't know about the robot yet. Okay. Move this out of the way. So you see I've got the chat box over here. For some reason when I position it over here, the actual box gets stuck like over here. It's really stupid. But I'd rather have it at the edge of one of the screens. In fact, I don't like that I'm seeing this right now either. Let me see if I can adjust stuff. Performance resolution volume. Is that all the options they give me? That's the updated version of the app. I don't know, man. What if I think that looks worse, honestly. Yeah. Okay. Whatever. Yeah, I mean, I'll just show you what I mean. Like, this is offset from where I'm actually putting it. You see it, like, goes to the side. If I put it over here, like, see, real stupid. So, I'm putting this here for now. We'll figure this out later. It's because I got a new monitor. This canvas is now 1440p. And that's being downscaled to 1080, I guess. For you guys, for the average viewer, and that'll get upscaled again for other people. It's a whole thing. Anyways, so this new monitor does HDR. I don't know if that's going to carry over to recording, probably not. Or maybe a little, and like you'll see colors looking different. But I doubt that it'll record an HDR video, you know, it might just make it look a little worse on your end or something. So it should be compensating for that because I also upgraded to Windows 11, which uses AI to put HDR on everything. That's the whole reason I upgraded. Or it has a feature that does that, you know. However, because I upgraded to Windows 11, it was actually a fairly simple upgrade, but I fucked it up after I installed it, and I ended up, like, bricking my computer temporarily. So I had to do a fresh install, and that means I lost all my app data, which I did have backed up the first time, but I got rid of it because I thought it upgraded correctly, and then I ended up breaking it afterwards because I'm stupid. It was a really frustrating situation, but basically only the My Documents folder was backed up on the cloud, so I still have all the save files that went there, which is like an older thing, and now there's a dedicated save game folder in Windows, and a lot of games still store in your app data, which is like non-permanent. I hate that they do that, but all those are gone, which just means I've lost a lot of like save data bloat, like from stuff that I don't necessarily need. When I reinstall a game to replay it, I'm not gonna use my old file, you know, it's not really a big deal that's gone unless there was a special mode associated with it, like when we beat Pyre and I wanted to play the hardest difficulty, but I had to beat the game again to unlock it because my file was missing. Like, that sucked, but whatever. Sorry, I'm talking a lot. Yeah, basically, I like just finished Lords of the Fallen, so it wasn't too big a deal that I lost that save file. It did have a Steam and Cloud backup, but it like doesn't do anything. I download what was online manually, and like I even like forced it to sync, and it still doesn't get my character back. So kind of SOL there. I only got one of the endings, but I don't know. Whatever. Nah, it's not a big deal. I might replay it again someday, but like I don't know. I don't think that's going to be a very different experience doing it again anyways. And I lost a couple other saves I'm a little upset about, but for the most part, we're all good. It's not too big a deal. Still, it's like a miracle that like my stream settings were saved. However, because of the screen bigger, I had to update the canvas size. That means I resized the camera. You see it might be bigger or smaller, I have no idea. The actual lighting settings on the webcam are different now. And it's of course causing the issue with the chat box. Hopefully I'll get those sorted out sometime. But for the most part, we're happier. I'm just really upset about a couple things because they were like roguelike save datas, you know, and those... I was like 80% of the way to completing Risk of Rain Returns. I'm like 100% and getting all the unlocks and whatnot. And that's all gone now, and I've just like took the wind out of my sails. I'm like, okay, I'll go back to playing 2. We'll talk about that a bit more later. Right, the whirling sails thing is gonna tell you about the robot. Did he already? Okay, maybe I have to... We talked to him and we talked to the Pompadour construction man, right? So we're good. We just gotta go to the crafting man. Right, so basically, there are some things I just like gave up on. I might return to them later, but we're gonna talk about my impressions of them since I lost my data, and I'm like, do I really want to start that over from the beginning? The answer was no in most cases. But there are a few things on the list and a couple things I'm undecided on, so like I still have them installed, but like we might talk about those next week if I change my mind. Again, otherwise, not too big a deal. Mostly just losing old saves and like the important saves for like the good games like The Witcher and Dragon Age that we might want to import to sequel games. We still have those, so that's great.
Hey!
I'm still not sure how the Dragon Age one's gonna work. We might play Dragon Age 2 next, I'm not sure. But, like... Remember how we weren't able to import our character into the Awakening because the... You know, they died? I don't know, I might have to, like, generate a file that makes that history possible or something, but... Because I know there was a tool for that, but, you know... We'll see. Yes, favors. it'll probably be Dragon Age or Mass Effect, I'm not sure which. I'm going from sword game to shooty game is always good, but like we did a shooty game before this, you know, like it's not that big a deal. I have one.
Ooh.
What? You have an ancient flower? How do you know it's ancient?
Ooh.
He has a special hat, which makes him slightly cuter. So he's always giving you a little winky face. Chonk. Yeah, I should sit down. Yeah, I know where the propeller is. I don't need your dousing. He hates me, but he worships her. I have the stamina potion. We haven't given it to Fledge yet, I don't think. We should do that. We gotta do it a few times, might as well start now. Right, no, make sure you guys are running like regular disc cleanups because apparently you hold on to a lot of shit you do not need. I'm not just talking about save data. Of course, you might want to hold on to that for whatever reason, but like when I was looking through what I had, there was like shader caches from so many things, and they were massive. I'm talking like 5 gigs each. And you know, on my shitty little 100 gigabyte SSD that I have Windows installed on, that's a pretty significant chunk. So that was stuff from like Elden Ring and Hogwarts Legacy. They're like over a year old at this point. Or Hogwarts Legacy's only a year old, but you know, Elden Ring's 2 years old, and like those are still on there, man. Those were massive. And all my Baldur's Gate save data, there were like over 100 saves. That was like 10 gigs of fucking data there. It was crazy. Fledge. You want this potion, boy? You want these steroids? No, I don't want to drink it. Opa. Maybe I already gave him the potion, I'm not sure. I have to wait. Oh well. We're gonna go get that propeller then. So, I did say finish Lords of the Fallen. I guess we'll start with that, because it's going to be like an actual full review. It was an interesting experience. So I thought it looked really cool, and I actually pre-ordered it, which means that I got like some bonus the character skins and a starting class called the Dark Templar or something like that. It's actually just like a shortcut for something that you can unlock later, like a secret starting class you can unlock if you explore right. And when I beat the game and got the Radiant ending, I unlocked another starting class, so I think that's an interesting system they've got going there. Unlock bonus characters to start different runs like that, but basically it was like starting as the knight in Dark Souls. Like you have some really awesome armor that you might not ever replace, and a pretty badass starting two-handed sword. Bit of easy street. I think it kind of ruins the impact of like finding loot pretty early on, but you know, it is one of those games where you don't necessarily outclass your weapons ever. So not a huge deal, but I wish I didn't start as them. I just wanted to have a two-handed sword, which is really ironic because I ended up foregoing that later on. Jeez. So the whole... First off, it's called Lords of the Fallen again. It's actually Lords of the Fallen 2. Like, if you look at the files, it's literally labeled Lords of the Fallen 2, just as Soul Reaver was labeled Blood Omen 2. And it's a direct sequel. you don't need to have played the first game to like know what's going on, because they don't really go too in depth on it, but like the character, the Iron Wayfarer, I believe he is the protagonist of the first game, Harkin. Again, they never explicitly say it, and it's not a big deal if you don't get it, but I'm like 90% sure. So, you know, it'll add a little to the story if you played the first game, but you probably didn't play the first game because everyone seems to hate it for some reason. I enjoyed it, and it's okay. Maybe I'll have to replay it. Maybe it'd be a good game to play on here since nobody else is going to actually play it themselves. It's a game feel thing, I guess. Like, I think that the designs in the first game are really awesome, and like the story, it actually has a story. Yeah, cool robot. Yeah, Lords of the Fallen was the first Souls-like, the first Dark Souls clone to come out. And, thing is, it wasn't a Dark Souls clone. It had, like, the death and dropping your souls, whatnot, at bonfires, but other than that, like, pretty traditional RPG, actually. It just happens to have Souls-like structure already. It does the death thing and, like, you unlock shortcuts and explore an area, whatever. You got your Souls currency. But the game's pretty forgiving. You have a weird gimmicky dragon arm gun. Every character has a weird magic totem spell where you like leave, you go like wah, and you leave a little totem and it like gives buffs or attacks or whatever depending on what class you picked. It was a weird magic system. But everyone had the magic innately and you were like encouraged to use it. There were colored items you can get, like, you know, set bonuses, gold, silver, blue, whatever. So, like, weapons would literally outclass other weapons. And, like, it started out rough, but the more you played it, the less you would die, and, like, eventually it just felt like a normal RPG. And again, it had an actual story. It wasn't all vague bullshit. So yeah, I played and beat that game, and it had like a cliffhanger-ish ending. It was like, the implications of it were very weird. And that was in like 2012. The game may have came out, I don't know, 2011, 10, whatever. I still had my save file from it actually when I was looking through the stuff, so like, yeah, pretty old. And you know, 10 years later we get a sequel from a different developer. It was like Deck 13, Deck 15, whatever. People made Venetica, who did the first one. And again, I liked Venetica, but I bring up Venetica because of the, you know, Dead World shifting mechanic. That it returns here in Lords of the Fallen 2, actually, even though it's a different developer. It's really weird. So, Venetica or Soul Reaver, like, same mechanic. You go into the world and things are slightly different. There are different enemies there. Oosh, clang, kazert. Yeah, the windmill, leather vein, something like that.
Hey!
Oi. he'd rather do real work than fix his own cupboard. That guy. So yeah, aside from like the misconception that it's supposed to be a Souls game, it was just alright. Again, it was labeled clunky Souls, and that like everything was just heavy. Everybody had this cool ass Warcraft armor, and like you rolled really slow, attacks were pretty slow, like it just felt heavy, and so you were kind of encouraged to wear the heaviest armor possible and use heavy weapons and stuff. I don't know, it's a game feel thing. I guess people weren't vibing with that at the time, but I thought it was fine. I remember I picked like the tanky paladin class, so like when I summoned my totem, it would like give me armor boost and health regen, and I used like a staff, like a pole mace or whatever, and like spin it around, do AoE damage. It's sick. Now what's interesting is that this game is kind of the opposite. It's like they've learned their lesson, even though it's a different developer. Everything is like markedly faster. You use a ultra great sword or whatever, grand sword I think it's called. It has the swing speed of a great sword in Dark Souls. You use the long sword or the great sword, as it were, has the swing speed of a one-handed sword. One-handed swords feel like daggers. Daggers are insane. And even the roll speed is up, so I actually ended up still using like the heaviest equipment I can find and doing fat rolls because it just did not matter. In fact, rolling was usually just a waste of stamina. You can usually get away with just the normal sidestep. Like, you know how The Witcher 3 you have the sidestep and the full-on dodge? Sorry, it's... How do you dodge? You double tap? I don't know, something like that. I was trying to demonstrate in the game because this does the same thing. Yeah, basically that. So, like, it's consistent at least. It's not necessarily a bad thing. It just, like, encouraged me to play differently. Like, in Dark Souls, you can go, you want to stay light, usually, and then heavy weapons are good because everything's so deliberate, but here everything's so fast that, like, I don't know, the heavy weapon ended up being kind of pointless. Because the enemies attack fast, too, is the thing. So while I did start with the heavy sword, about like a third through the game when I got to the Ruiner boss, he was just attacking too fast. Like, he was punishing me every time I went in for an attack, and I ended up switching to dual wielding, which was very interesting because I've never dual wielded in one of these games. It almost always sucks. Dark Souls 2 had power stancing, and this you like power stance by default. So when you dual wield, you actually swing both weapons at once. Or you do combos, and like you can dual wield anything. Ultra great swords, both hands. It feels ridiculous, but you have such a wide swing that like you can actually pull it off. Just spacing is really important. But I used hammers, maces, and I had status effects on both of them. So like the holy damage would eventually pop for like a smite. I had bleed on one. I had poison on another. And, yeah, that was pretty sick. So I had like 3-4 status effects building up at once to do damage pops throughout the fight. And they were building up real fast because their attacks were fast. And they're hammers, so they're doing like the most poise damage possible for one-handed weapons. Meaning that I'm like stun locking most enemies and even some bosses. It was pretty wild. And I did a little radiant magic too, because I was going for the radiant end, so I had like a weapon enhancement on as well. So, you know, I'm grateful for the game to give me a unique experience, because again, I never dual wield. But it seemed to be the optimal strategy here. However, dual wielding, it like lies to you, I guess. You only do as much damage as like half or something. I don't know why, but my damage numbers never matched what was on the weapon. Whereas when I was using a two-hander, it always did. So when two-handers do twice as much damage as your combined dual wield value, it actually does do twice as much damage. That means it's still viable. Sorry, this takes focus. It's the theme song. Laser. Blah. Blah, I mean, the shoot to whoop, I think it's called. Yeah, he'll open a path inside the thunderhead. I don't think we can go there right away. Right? Maybe we have to go in and then come out. I'm pretty sure we need to like learn an attack. I could be stupid, I'll see if the bird does it already. But I'm pretty sure... Yeah. Your bird does like a corkscrew maneuver for an attack that you need to fight a boss. We never collected any of the chests. There's actually still stuff to grab here. Let's start here and go over here. And I want to do the quest at the pumpkin. It should be playing the harp. Now we have it. Right, so the Ruiner boss, he is a Rogar, like one of the demon people you were fighting in the first game. Basically, every Rogar boss you encounter is going to be reused as an actual Rogar enemy, because those are the only Rogar in the game, and there's like 4 of them. So, after you encounter a boss, you'll probably start encountering them again pretty regularly with slightly less health, but they'll still be like just very challenging. And yeah, that probably makes it sound like there isn't very much enemy variety in the game, and depending on how you play, it can definitely feel that way, but they're like factions. There's the ice set, there's the penitents, and like the, you know, the paladins, whatnots, you know, the church, that's what I'm trying to say. You start with just like pilgrims and penitents, and then you get to the actual church people, so there's like an expansion to that set, but the old enemies are still there when you're fighting them. Then there's the Rogar, and there's the Umbral Realm stuff, which is the same in every zone. The Infected, which is like the swamp zone, and you just... they're here and there everywhere, really. That's about it. And, you know, they all have, like, at least one unique enemy per zone you go to, but like, you're gonna see a lot of them reused, or at least reskinned. That's not necessarily a bad thing. Like, again, depending how you go through the game, because it starts out pretty linear, and then halfway through you will hit a split where you can go like 4 different directions. And, you know, then you might be dealing with different groups at different times. But, you know, it's a little disappointing when you fight a boss and then immediately fight it again as an enemy, rather than, you know, way later in the game they become a regular enemy, then it's, like, less noticeable. But here, it's sometimes you even fight it as an enemy before you fight the boss, and that's when it's real strange. But I don't know, my personal opinion is if it's a boss first and then it becomes an enemy, it's okay. If it's the other way around, then it feels really lazy. So, like, it's very careful not to make the mistake. But, like, you know, if you already fought it as an enemy first and, like, you've had time to look at its moves and examine the attack patterns, and, like, the boss will end up just being a joke, and you'll end up one-take jaking it. It happens often enough, but there's also plenty of unique bosses. Like, Elden Ring wasn't perfect either. Most of the side dungeons had reused bosses. I mean, most of them. There were very few bosses in that game. So, I'd say it's about the same here, you know. You never fight the same boss as a boss twice, at least. That's a much better feeling. It's kind of like it gives a grand entrance to each new enemy type you encounter when they do it this way, actually. A little funny. There's another chest here, apparently. See, you're not a pre-made character, you're a silent undead boy this time. You get to customize them, that you're probably going to be wearing helmet the whole time. Armors still look very cool. I'm not sure how important stats are, but what I love is the tinks system, where you get to tint your armor, like different palettes. So if you're mismatching a set and it's like this is made of brass and this is made of steel and it doesn't really match, but it could look cool together if they were the same material, you just apply the tinks to it and now they are the same material. It's like, whoa, that's so awesome. Absolutely should have been an Elden Ring. The other interesting thing is it kind of has, like, Bloodborne-ish health. Basically, shields are fucking useless. Do not use a shield. Because blocks only block a percentage of the damage, right? And the damage that you do take becomes withered health, and you can get that back if you hit without getting hit, right? It doesn't fade over time or anything, you just have to not get hit. If you take actual damage without blocking, then you're fucked and you lose all the health. And it applies to enemies too, whether it's a status effect you can apply. So there's like a whole class of umbral magic that just focuses on doing big wither damage, and it's significantly stronger, but the enemy has a chance to get it back. It's actually interesting, though I didn't mess with it too much. So yeah, there are no shields that block 100% damage or anything close to it. You can barely get to 70% block, which makes it just useless. I'd recommend either dual wielding or using a heavy weapon, because they block about the same. There is no advantage to having a shield, other than having a rune in it, which the shields usually have like health health regen, mana regen, like stuff that you don't find when you put the rune into a weapon. When you upgrade your weapons, they can get up to 3 runes in them, and there are different kinds of runes, you can swap them out on the fly. That's a pretty neat system. So you get stuff like does more damage while dual wielding, or changes the scaling or with a trade-off, or gives you mana back on kills, something like that. It's very useful because you don't regenerate mana. You have to use a consumable if you want it back. Where am I going? I want to go to the pumpkin. Where's the marker? I think that's it. If you don't want to use magic for whatever reason, they have throwables, which are on an ammo system that replenishes just like mana. So you're free to use bombs and throwing knives and whatever all you want. It's actually very, pretty great. There are rings to like enhance the power and stuff of those, to reduce ammo costs. But they have bombs and shit for every status effect you could ever want, so like, why even bother wasting points on magic when you can just use one of these? Same goes for arrows. You got status effects, like why bother with the magic? However, if you're a lore whore, as they say, you need to invest in your Radiant and Inferno stats to actually unlock the item descriptions on specific things. Which is interesting, but also kind of annoying. Like, nobody was gonna read these anyways, and you just made it even less accessible. Weird decision, and you also made it annoying for the people who want to research the lore, because now they have to, like, pump points into all the magic or play mage specifically. I think I have to sleep here, but I don't know how. So you can't fly at night. Guess I can just take any bed. Oh, look at the cute bed sheets. Jack-o'-lanterns. It wouldn't be the same if they were pumpkins. You got smiley faces. Hey, they move splits. That's cool. Alright, this is actually really difficult because you have to play this stupid harp, but I think this is the only real quest. It just took me a long time to do it. And the customers, they do a weird dance, and you're supposed to use this to figure out which way you should be strumming. It's silly. So we're not playing hula music. Her hair is shaped like a pumpkin. Okay. I fucked up. There's no indication of how well you're doing until the end, which is shitty. I did good. Alright, and I feel like I should have gotten a bigger applause if I did it right, but I guess I did it right. Ooh. You know how many tries that took me the first time I did this? Like, my mom was actually getting annoyed at hearing this stupid La 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 song. Alright, so we talked about the withered health, that's like the unique thing. The Umbral Realm, we didn't mention it much. I briefly said you just go into world, things are slightly different. There are different enemies there, along with the normal enemies. So, like, you basically have 2 lives, kind of like Sekiro, or Venetica, more literally. So, like, healing is more effective when you're dead in the Umbral Realm, right? You, like, when you heal, you, like, get twice the amount back as withered or something like that. I don't know the exact formula, but you get an opportunity to get more health on top of whatever healing you just did. Maybe it had something to do with the Umbral Eye I had socketed in my lamp, but, basically, you want to die, and then you use your healing once you're dead, and then you're on your actual last legs. Then they're like little effigies dotted around that are like pseudo bonfires. They're like placed like bonfires, but they're not. So, like, you can resurrect at these and get your second life back. And like, it kind of encourages you to play a bit more recklessly and like conserve your heals, which is important because bonfires are very sparse. They're like statues, they're like corpses of other lamp bearers who gave up, I guess. And those are like teleport points, but in between them you can find flower beds where you plant your limited number of seeds. You only ever have like 5 of these things at a time. And then you can set a temporary effigy that'll be replaced the next time you plant a seed, right? And then when you go into New Game Plus, the main ones, the statues, those start to degrade. So there'll be even less of those around. You have to rely even more on the seeds. And one-take jaking areas. So, like, the pacing's very interesting, but the game's also kind of, like, bullshit in places. However, they have been really, like, active with patching. You'll see a new patch for this game every single day. They're updating enemy placements, they're balancing things, they're putting in new, like, weird quests that you can do to get unique equipment. Like, you wear a specific outfit and kill guys with this weapon and find this thing, and, like, it's weird stuff. You have to, like, solve riddles, but they're updating enemy placements. I think I said that. They're listening to player feedback. They're fixing a lot of bugs. Like, the game is getting better every day. So, when I say it's bullshit in places now, I'm sure it was a lot worse initially. And it's getting better. And I would say it's in a pretty good place. You know, the bullshit is, like, so sparse that it's fun when it happens. Okay. See, this is one of those games that requires an SSD or it's gonna run like ass, just like Starfield did. So, I see. This moves all of them, but they were being blocked by the pillars that were raised. So, I want to actually pull this backwards. Can I go backwards? I don't think I can. That complicates things. I don't think that's what I want. I think that's what I want. See, I thought the story wrapped up in a pretty unsatisfying way. Though I got the Radiant ending, which is like the most basic bitch one you can get. The endings are a little confusing, right? They tell you to cleanse the beacons. That's like the main goal. You see these 5 beacons and you gotta find your way to them and cleanse them. However, if you want to get any of the alternate endings, you have to have not touched the beacons whatsoever. The Umbral ending is hidden. You have to like go through some whole optional area to do that, and it seems like it has nothing to do with the beacons, but you still can't have touched any of the beacons, even though you will have gone to at least 2 of them by the time you can get to that. It's a little confusing. And the Infernal ending you like figure out is a thing you can do later on, and it seems like even at the end of the game, the final boss is still trying to like offer you the ending, but like you can't take it for some reason. But there's only one character who's like, hey, don't cleanse those beacons early on. And considering how it wrapped up so unsatisfyingly, it's like, it kind of hammers home the story. It's like, it makes me want to see what happens if I get the Inferno or the Umbral endings, because maybe things will be better, I don't know. I have a feeling that they're all gonna have shitty outcomes, but... you know, I'm just curious. I need $1. I supposed to... That's like 2 paces ahead there, so... If I raise the wall and push the thing 2 paces now... Right, the soul rip mechanic, I don't think that's what I wanted to do, oh well. So, the umbral lamp, right, you can use that to like kill yourself on the spot and go into the umbral realm, which you need to progress sometimes. So it like raises the stakes in some areas by getting rid of your second life. I may have just messed up. Let me see if I can get this to stop earlier. Yeah, that's not the only thing the Elmer Ramp can do. It can also soul rip. So when you lock on to an enemy, you can hold R and rip out its soul temporarily, and it'll cancel its attacks and stun lock it and rip its soul out. And then you can attack the soul for like bonus damage, but it'll all be wither damage. And it won't apply status effects, so like you can do that to fuck a guy up, and then you'll go hit the actual body afterwards, assuming you still have stamina. However, it only works on things that have souls, so any Rogar bosses, no. Any of the main bosses, probably not. Only humans, basically. It's a little useless. And that's just upsetting. I hate when core mechanics like that don't apply to bosses. It's just not good. Otherwise, I enjoyed the Umbral Realm. It was neat. It just always looked the same. Like, literally always the same. It's just like gray bones and shit. I mean, it's kind of a neat idea at first, but... I don't know, the only time it was really, cool, was when you got to, like, the city, Calrith, and, you know, like, everything's burning, it's all ash and stuff, and then when you switch to the Umbral Realm, it looks almost exactly the same. And it's like, you know, a bit of a cool message. So, one of these to be like a pace behind, but which one? I suppose that one. There we go, that should do it. Or did I want it a pace ahead? Shit. Oh my god. Yeah. Well, we'll figure this out. I don't know, I enjoyed the game. It was very graphically impressive. You know, it's got the 4K and the HDRs, and I don't think it had ray tracing, but it didn't need it. Like, it looked, I don't know, it looked very fantastic. Yeah. And I thought the game was fine, and again, it's still getting more balancing patches. It has a unique game feel. It doesn't feel like your average Souls-like the attack speeds and the rolls and stuff are all different. Magic is a little more accessible, I think. Though Elden Ring was very good about that. You could have used more enemy variety, of course, but what couldn't? You know, Elden Ring, again, was very bad about that. It was at least as well done, I suppose. There we go, I think that's literally it. Hold on, is there anything I can reach with that bridge? Secret? No? Okay. I thought it was pretty good, okay? We'll say, like, you know, 8 out of 10, maybe not as good as Elden Ring, but, like, more ambitious for certain, and, like, a great follow-up to Lords of the Fallen. I'm not sure if the story, like, technically it's a sequel, but it feels kind of unrelated in places. Like, all this Umbral crap came out of nowhere. The Rogar kind of, like, changed into sentient beings rather than just being asshole demons. But then again, there was a bit of a twist in, like, the story with, like, the god they were worshipping and stuff. So, who knows? Yeah, I guess it doesn't feel as good as Elden Ring, but again, it's more ambitious. It tried things, and you gotta respect that. It's very good follow-up. It's a solid game. So yeah, we'll say 8, close to 9, alright? It's like a high 8. But just because I don't think I gave Elden... I don't remember what I gave Elden Ring. Did I give that an 8? Maybe we'll say they're tied. For different reasons. You'll probably enjoy both of them. I think that maybe, like, the way it made shields kind of useless is very bad, but still, it's, like, a unique game experience, so I'll forgive it. Like, don't play this game if you want to be the shield boy. The weird puppet mouth. Oh, is she gonna do the dancey thing? I think she is. That water. Why can't you just say there are 3 of them? All those different colored block flames. They really couldn't have given me the one that matched my save file feather. See, now I have this, the tuning of the harp is different. It'll sound different when I strum it randomly. Because it needs to play this one song. Yeah, I know where the gate is. Alright, so we are going to do the Silent Realms now. People kind of hate these. They say they're the worst part of the game, and like, I kind of agree. They're basically like a faster version of the wolf segments from Twilight Princess. Like, you just go through each area and collect orbs to fill up the soul vessel. Like, it's literally the same fucking concept. But, you know, you run around them and you got things chasing you. It's a little more interesting, I guess. And since it's your second time through the area, you kind of know where to go already. It's like, it's not as bad. It's like a quick thing and they're over with, but they do kind of suck. However, it's the only place you can farm dusk relics. So that's something. Apparently there's a chest here. It is on this island, yeah. I think I was trying to get down here earlier. Holy shit! I remember I said that I switched to dual wielding because the sword was too slow, but after I got like an upgraded two-handed weapon, because I upgraded both my two-handies, I started using one on the second playthrough, and like, it was fine, it was working, you know, it did big damage, it did what it was supposed to do. I didn't have the ability to upgrade my weapon at the time that I switched, so it didn't feel like it was worth it at the time, but it totally is. Especially when I got the sword of like skin and tooth or something like that, it like did fire damage. Or I had burn build up, and I had a ring that made burn build up also apply explosion build up, so in like 2 hits of this thing, guys would be on fire and they'd make an explosion, like hurt everyone around them. It's kind of crazy. Yeah. And that's when I lost my save file after playing with that for a bit, but, you know, that was really cool. I don't think I can afford whatever Beetle's got yet. I think it's 600 for the pouch. So I should just buy a shield. Now this thing is made of glass, dude. It can take like 2 hits before it breaks. You absolutely need to upgrade it first.
Hi.
Oh, of course. Beauty mark. Beautiful. Probably smokes like 6 packs a day. So, this is gonna sound stupid, but I'm pretty sure both the heart metal and the life metal do the same thing. This might make hearts drop more often, but I don't think it does. Pretty sure it just gives you another heart. It's the happy mask guy with the butt face. Come on. He's supposed to look like Miyamoto, but they changed his design. Ah! Look at that. Terrible. I'm gonna use that. Might be able to upgrade it though. Bird feather and dusk relic. I might have to catch a bird to get bird feather. Yeah, it seems like none of these quests are actually available just yet. I forget how to do the toilet paper one. I might go look that up. Because we gave away Fledge's note. And, yeah, you know. Let me see. Toilet paper. Jesus Christ, why does anyone want to give me cookies? YGN. Oh, I see. So I thought I was missing out on gratitude crystals by doing it. By giving the love letter to the ghost to wipe its ass with, but apparently that's not the case. It's just a funnier outcome. So if I give the letter to the ghost reads the letter before it wipes its ass, and it starts stalking Cowan. And I guess he's happier because the ghost hand is giving him hand jobs while he sleeps. I guess that's better than his current situation, but you know, we helped true love blossom, so it's not so bad. I just think that everybody probably would have been happier if I had let the ghost wipe his ass with that love letter, though. Because it's not like the other two people were... You know, there wasn't an issue there, but now Kellen's sad. Right, I forgot. I didn't activate the fucking statue in the woods here. And he's finally gonna tell me about the walls. Fucking bug. Okay, so the next thing on our list is Super Sami Roll HD. I think it might be a Chinese developed game. It's about this cute little lizard who can roll into a ball like Sonic. It's a platformer. It's like blocks floating in the sky kind of platformer, like it's focused on actual gameplay more so than, you know, immersion. But it's really fast paced. It's like all physics based, so like you have a tongue move you can use to pull yourself towards things, and you can jump mid-tonguing to get some extra height. And you got the ball, which makes you go fast and roll around on slopes and stuff. But you can also do a ground pound, which if you like hit it on a corner, like here, you can use that to like make yourself go fucking flying. And you can use that to like get better times on levels, or you know, get the secret areas. Like the game knows about these mechanics and encourages you to use them to get S ranks and stuff. S plus ranks, S plus plus, whatever. Because each level is timed, and you like pick up coins to add another second to the timer. So like, you know, you can still get a pretty good rank by going through the level normal, or if you're like high skill, you can like skip coins instead and get actual good time. And you know, it's interesting that it lets you do that. It's pretty cool. The game is absolutely like high skill ceiling, low skill floor. Like it's perfect for everybody. And it's actually a lot of fun. It's just kind of hard. Like, you'll end up redoing the levels a lot. Though it's not necessarily a bad thing. Like, it's only hard because I'm, like, a perfectionist and I want the S ranks. You can totally take your time and have an easier time. Get, like, Bs and whatever. But getting good ranks lets you unlock extra levels and stuff, so that's why I want to do that. Jesus Christ, I'm tired of the dowsing. Stop. And even after you've done a level, you'll probably want to redo it a few more times to get better time. Like, even the very first level, which you can complete in, like, 10 seconds, you can complete in 3 seconds once you know what you're doing. And that's pretty cool. Like, there are just so many different ways to approach each level and, like, jank out the physics. It's just really fun. And it feels so fluid, and even when you restart, it's just like, you know, it's 1, 2, 1, 2, no loading screen, it just puts you right back in as it should. Now the batteries finally died. I don't know why I unplugged that. Or I have plenty more batteries. Yeah, the game's just like really fast paced, good fun, and it's just like kind of hard, and like I played it in short bursts, but you know, I'd come back to it after like a month, have a great time again, and then come back to it. It's set up in like a Mario world like selection thing, like on a world map like that. You can buy little costumes and change the color of your guy with the collectibles you get. And those are cute. Sami is a very cute character. Yeah. I mean, I didn't finish it, and I lost my save data, so I don't know. I might go back to it someday. But I also have, like, other games, like Demon Turf, which is supposed to be really good to go try. But, like, it's totally solid if you like platformers. Like, go for it. And came as a recommendation from Nitro Rad, so I would go watch his video on it if you aren't sold, because man, he was really passionate about it. He's what sold me on it, so it was worth it. Pretty cheap. Pretty cheap, a lot of fun. Still, I only did like 2 worlds. I don't know how many there are. Probably 4. But it was a good time. Another quickish one, Rogue Legacy 2. Another one I've lost my save data on. I'm actually very upset about this one. Because there was a lot of grinding and like hard-ass challenges I had gone through already. Like, yeah, the game itself is kind of difficult, but there are bonus challenges you can do outside of the runs. They're just like, you know, fight a super version of the boss, or fight these two bosses together with a specific class, and you gotta do with each of the classes to get points to get special upgrades in addition to building out the castle. And I got S ranks, so, you know, the gold ranks and all of those. And I'm really upset those are gone because I never actually got to finish the main game. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I need to nut in his face. Yeah, Rogue Legacy 2, basically structured about the same as Rogue Legacy 1. You know, you go into the castle, you lose all your money, you come out with your ancestors' earnings and build out the house, which gives you stat bonuses, maybe you unlock a new character class, or you buy new equipment. There's just like more accessibility options here, like rather than the classes being the same but with a different special ability, they all have their own weapons now. You can get like 2 different variants of each class. They have different mechanics associated with them, like the mage has a better way of getting mana back, so he's encouraged to use his spells more often, as well as having a different weapon. There are a few new mechanics you get to build out with the house. The game's a Metroidvania now, so like each area has a special relic you can find that like up your moveset, so you can get like air dashes or double jumps or whatever. Interact with new things for your bounce attack. Lots of cool stuff like that. And yeah, there's just like a lot more variety. However, because you don't get to necessarily pick what your character is, you're left with the occasional run where you're stuck with options that just are classes that you simply are not good at playing. Which wasn't really an issue before. Like, yeah, it's better on paper that there's more variety there, but now you have to learn to play all these different characters that are very different feeling from one another. They do give you the option to like lock in things eventually. You have to spend the bonus currency from doing those challenges on it, but you can technically lock things in. And have like a specific class set if you want. Which is great. I love that that's an option. But I also don't like playing the same class constantly. I want to cycle through a few that I like. Like, I thought the samurai was very good. I like the boxer. The warrior is the warrior, of course. It's just basic. The archer was situationally good. I think I like needed him to do one of the bosses. The bard is very interesting. The celestial mage, whatever the hell it is that does the black holes, he's kind of badass. The barbarian is very interesting as well, though not always my favorite to play. So yeah, I kind of love all of that. I mean, I think that the characters are maybe a little too different from one another to the point where it's like difficult to play some of them. But I like the intent. And I think they even patched in additional characters later on. Like, this went through an early access period, so everything is pretty refined. And they are still doing patches to this day. This is where the Silent Realm starts. I want to activate the bird statue first, though. Because you got all these new platforming mechanics from the relics, the bosses are more like mechanically interesting as well. Like they're more, you know, good Metroidvania bosses. And you usually have to do shit to unlock their chambers, so you have to explore each area, which has its own gimmick. Like there's a water area that's just a straight line, but there's water, so you have to do more heavy platforming. And then the sun tower has like shit you have to dash through, also ascending, and clouds and whatnot, and lots of bounce attacks. The snow area has some weird shit with dashing as well. You gotta find things to open up the boss there, I believe. The library, you had to fight a couple other challenge portal things before you can open up the boss. I don't know, each area is very thematically different, has its own enemies, which is, you know, an issue that the first game had, where the enemies are the same in every area. It's like all completely different here. However, the areas are also leveled, so you can't tackle them in any order. You like kind of go through them in the intended order. And it means that when you get deeper in the game, you just end up, you know, dying and doing roguelike stuff a lot more, because you don't feel like you're getting stronger ever. You know, like it stays consistently about the same because the game keeps leveling with you. Like, yeah, the starting area, the Citadel of Gartha, is going to be easy once you've out-leveled it, but you won't need to be exploring it because the boss there will be dead. You'll want to go to the area that's actually your level. Get to bigger monies and stuff. They added in Binding of Isaac items, like stuff that gives you passive bonuses and debuffs. It takes up a resolve stat, which you can increase by wearing lighter armors or wearing complete sets, I guess. And those are great, but they're also like really rare to find, and if you overdo it and go into like negative, well, below 100 resolve, it starts to take away that percentage of your main stats. So let's say you have 230 and you take up 140, you're now at 90 resolve, you have 90% of your health and mana now. And I don't know, I just feel like it's never worth it to go into the lows like that. This is out. Okay. It's a fun sounding song. It's like they're playing a xylophone on some bones. Okay, so the items, again, they're like really rare. You won't find too many of them on your normal runs. And even then, it's so hard to choose between spending your money on armor or upgrading the house. So your resolve stats are probably not going to be ready to accept too many of them when you find them anyways. Or upgrading the house is upgrading stats and unlocking new gameplay mechanics. That's why it's so important. It's not just a house, you know. But the items are very powerful, and they're like super important for when you're doing the challenges. You want to like make a quick build for yourself with the random items. So I feel like you should be able to accept more of them, and I don't know, it feels really shitty to leave one behind because you don't have the resolve to hold it anymore. Like, you short-sightedly took something earlier and you found this really awesome one that you can't take now. It's a bad feeling. But yeah, lost my save file, so I guess I won't be finishing it. I might go back to it eventually, but I have other roguelikes I'd like to try out, because it was just really hard. Again, it's like, you know, out in Borderlands 2, everything scaled with you and you never felt like you got stronger. It's like the same thing, man. I was in like the 5th area or whatever, the underground, where you have to hit the tuning forks. And I think that's the last area I had to do, so I was close to beating it, but still. I don't know, I was just like fatigued at that point. I'd gone through so many runs that just ended in a few minutes because the game doesn't let me get stronger, and I don't know, I think I prefer the first game in some ways because of how simple it is. Even though, like, on paper there's so much more depth and ambition in Rogue Legacy 2, I think the first game's better, I don't know. Maybe it's not better, maybe it's just easier and I enjoyed it more because of that. Like, you only have your main sword to work with, and that simplifies the gameplay. You can get through in less runs because you get better at using just the sword, you know? Most of the traits are still about the same. They didn't add too many new ones. Like the bullshit game is upside down because you're born with the vertigo or whatever, like, that's still there. And those are still interesting. But again, they didn't add too many new ones. I'm not going to give that one a rating because I didn't finish it. Like, I did the same thing with Sami. I recommend it. And yeah, I do think Rogue Legacy 2 is fun, but I don't know, I don't like it as much as the first game, I guess. So it's not getting a rating. I still recommend it. I'm just like, I don't know if I'll finish it. I didn't know if I was going to finish it before. Like, I've already been on like a couple months hiatus from it. Yeah, I got it. I just collect things, yeah, timer. Okay, so you step out here, and you're fucked. You collect one of these, and you're good. Now you have 90 seconds to find another one. And these give beacons, I guess. And they're like patrol guys around somewhere that, you know, if you get caught in their light or you touch water or whatever, that'll end your timer and you'll have to run towards one again. So sometimes it's beneficial to leave the easy ones out. Though this area winds back on itself often enough that you don't really have to do that. Oh, like that one I just picked up, maybe I should have left it so I can go grab this one and come back across the water and touch it and like be safe. But it's fine. Because that log's there, I can get across this water safely. I just chose not to. Rocks to blow up here, remember that. Ah, I fucked up. Fucked up. Give me that fucking dust relic. It's a little scary, honestly. These big motherfuckers running after you with that intense music and then you got one hit. They kind of look like Pyramid Head, honestly. I'll look around and see if I can find one of those dust relics. So there's one. I said this is the only place where we can get them, like it's kind of boring that you do this. You know, I've got plenty of time to spare before grabbing the next one. It's right there out in the open, it's no biggie. Man, I feel like there would be one down there. There's one. Thread that needle. Boy, yeah, I think I need my inhaler. Un momento. It wasn't that bad. Probably could have waited another 30 minutes, but it was coming. It is raining out, so it makes sense. Yeah, while I'm paused, Let me see what else is on that list. Yeah, just one more. Roots of Pacha. This is the other one I was really upset about, actually. So Roots of Pacha is like it's one of those farm life sim games, whatever, like Stardew Valley or Harvest Moon, whatever. They've been so popular lately. I've seen so many like farm games come out, and I've always enjoyed the genre, but I feel like it's getting a little oversaturated now. There's still honestly not too many of them, but like they're all coming out so much at once, and they all demand such a big chunk of your time. Like you play one of these, you're gonna be playing it for a year at least. So, yeah, I mean, I picked this one because it's set in the Stone Age, which I've always loved. I've always loved cavemen and dinosaurs and stuff, and how very generic, but, you know, like Flintstones, Stone Age, where they kind of have technology, but it's like stonified. Like, they have cars, but you power them with your legs. It's hilarious. This one isn't quite Flintstones level, but, like, it's abridged history. They invent things like cheese sacks and distillers and bubblers and irrigation. Like, you do it all in your one lifetime. It happens a little way too fast to actually be Stone Age technology, but you know, it's fun. It's a fun concept. You work your way up from Stone to like Bronze Age. That's where the game ends, in Bronze Age territory. And you're in a pretty good place there. You know, you got irrigation for like automating your watering. You got tools that can water a ton of shit at once, or harvest a ton of shit, chop wood and whatnot. It's all good. However, because it's set in the Stone Age and there's so little room for technology, there's like so little you can do in the way of automation, and that kind of makes things feel a little tedious at times, or difficult even. Compared to Stardew Valley, because you still have to like chop wood and go mining and stuff, and tame animals. And do your ranching and whatnot. But you can't get helpers or anything for your farm. You can't get sprinklers. You know, irrigation's like one of the last things you unlock. It's a very late game invention. And, you know, it does feel very significant when you go from, I don't even remember what you start for watering, but, you know, you upgrade it to, like, the copper bucket or whatever, and you do 6 tiles at once, and that's sick. But, it's, you know, it's a farm thing. Like, you've done it how many times already now? There is a little fatigue associated with that, though. Again, what's interesting about being the Stone Age is you have to go out into each biome and, like, harvest your own seeds for each season from wild plants. So, like, at your first year of the game is going to have a lot of exploration associated with it. Like, going to the forest, you're like, okay, strawberries grow here, and butternut squash grows here, onions here. Like, that's all you can find in the forest. And then you go to the savannah, and it's like, oh, we got the buckwheat and garlic, I don't know, other shit. So, like, you know, you've got the jungle, the forest, the savannah, the beach, and maybe another place I didn't unlock yet. I had a feeling there was another biome still. And they each have their own plants that change between seasons. You have to find out where they grow and harvest them. Eventually you invent the nursery, where you can, like, buy seeds. But again, that's an invention. You have to, like, improve your relationships with the townsfolk before they have ideas. you know, these ideas are always science things. It'd be like the cheese sack, or, you know, the bubble, or the nursery. Sometimes it's a facility, sometimes it's a concept, sometimes it's a tool. You don't make money, you make contributions. You donate stuff to the prosperity of the clan. And when the clan has enough overall prosperity from your contributions, they will make improvements as well. So, like, you see your little village grow, and they add, like, quality of life things, like a place to do laundry, or, like, an actual dedicated fishing spot, more lights around the town, additional donation boxes, so you don't have to make a trek to the center each time. Is there a safe way to grab this? No, I see the pulses. I think that's really interesting how the town develops like that. Need to get back to the start now, but there's no way to refresh your timers. It's a little tight. The game saw a few patches so far. They've only been like big patches with actual content in them. So originally, I guess you were like a vegan tribe. It was weird. You had a dedicated tribe hunter that you could buy meat from, but you had no way to like hunt or trap yourself. And they changed that because you're supposed to be the village's farmer. That's like your spirit animal task, whatever your life's work. So your job is to invent farming and improve it for the rest of the world, I guess. So you're like the first village. Everyone else is nomads, and sometimes you encounter the nomads still, but whatever. I'm tangenting. I'm digressing. Right, when you tame animal friends, you now have the option to send them to the butcher, and that's how you can make your own meat. I think there is another way to do it, but that was like a recent patch where you can butcher your loved animal friends. So my first mount, the goat Speedy, he's a man, so he doesn't produce milk, and that means that he's useless. I turned him into meat. I got rid of my male ostrich as well because he can't lay eggs. The boars are only good for fur, but like I kept the males for them because they make fur. Same for the bison. And that poor goat, he was a good mount, but his son, Gonzalez, was faster. Because the animals have stats. When you breed them, you want to, like, you know, diversify and get their stats improved so you can make them faster, and there's like races on the weekends you can do, so you want to have a fast mount to do the races. And it's not just speed, you can upgrade their production stats as well, so they can lay higher quality things or lay things more often, whatever. The water dragon scales, that's a slum. Hello. Shoo. Hey, a moblin. Look at his cheeks. Spank him. He's kind of a threat with the level 1 sword. Normally you can use a whale on him and he'll die because you do more damage, but it's been a while. So another thing that comes with the Stone Age bullshit is decorating your house. Like, you don't have things. You can buy like pots or chairs and tables, and they try to do what they can, like they give you different colors, but like there's really not much to put around your house. It's just like furniture. And I guess that's exactly what you would put around, but you know what I mean. You don't get like paintings or arcade machines or tools or anything like that. It's just, I don't know, I wasn't super into it. Then again, as you unlock new technologies, there are more things to put around the house, so maybe I just didn't get to the nice stuff yet. I have seen nice player homes and screenshots. But like that, coupled with the fact that time isn't paused while you're at home, I just never bothered too much with it. Because again, there's so little you can do in the way of automation that you're always so strapped for time. And getting like a faster mount is such a big deal. It saves you like so much time. Now, I started on my goat, and then eventually he was outpaced by Gonzalez, and then I got like a super 3-speed stat boar. It was the son of Pumbaa. I named him Toomba, and he was my current mount, but he was like a lucky breed. Getting that extra 3rd stat, because he was only a Gen 2. But yeah, I think that the animal breeding was an interesting mechanic. I hadn't seen that in any of the other games before. But I think that they become like normal, like less wild animals at a point. And even animals that aren't used for production can be captured as pets. Like I had a pet bunny named Bugs. And I was working on taming a Smoldon, which is like a wild cat. Like a saber-toothed cat. You get a wolf as well, of course, but you need to like level up the size of your house before you can have more pets. I think you can have up to 3 though. You need a baby mammoth as well, I think. The big mammoths exist, but you can't tame them because they're too big. Taming animals involves doing a little rhythm game. It kind of sucks. It's a little too repetitive. Luckily, you only have to get a boy and a girl, and then you can breed them and never do the game again. So like, the progression felt good, I guess. I just wish there was more in the way of automation there. Talking to the townspeople though, I didn't care too much for it, like... Because these are Stone Age people, nobody has too much personality. They all just focus so much on the one thing that their life's dedicated to, you know? It's like, hey, I'm the woodcutter, I like wood. If you give me a stick, I will love you. And there's the fisher guy, he talks about fish all the time. There's the cook, he talks about cooking, like say when you give him vegetables. And the art girl, she likes it when you give her colored things like seashells. I don't know. They do have like cutscenes when you level up the ranks, but again, I just didn't think any of them were too interesting. Nothing really compares to, you know, inventing the sundial or whatever and finally having a clock on your HUD. For like the in-game calendar, you can only see like what's happening today and tomorrow normally. But eventually you add like an upgrade to the sundial to account for stars or whatever, you know, like Stonehenge or whatever. And that gives you an actual calendar. And now you can like see when birthdays and festivals and stuff are. And that's really cool. The community center from Stardew Valley is here in the form of a pyramid. You like do challenges and then you go back to the pyramid and you can raise it higher and it grows into something. I don't know what the final outcome is, but it gives you accessories that you can put on. They give you like stat bonuses each time you complete one of these sets of trials. And you can also craft your own accessories at the shaman with like gems and bones and stuff. And I just discovered gold and silver when I lost my save, so those were able to upgrade the things for even bigger stat bonuses, which are interesting. You can get fun caveman clothes, and you can put like a bear pelt or a cat head or something, a coconut helmet. When you're in the mines, there is no combat, but there are, like, puzzles. You find cave paintings from previous peoples, and they, like, you have to figure out what they represent. And then you can make offerings to the statues in there, which are, like, gods, I guess. And you will have, like, trippy visions and do little puzzles to unlock, like, shape-shifting things to use while you're in the mine to do more puzzles. Which is where things get a little weird. Like, it's not... It's supposed to be realistic, you know, historically abridged, whatever, but, like, then we get into actual mysticism when you're in the caves. And you can, like, turn into an owl or something and fly over gaps, or, like... a monkey or a bear or whatever. You know, I love that that's there. I just, like, it kind of breaks the theme. Like, when the game launches, there's a little message like, this is based on human history. And like, yeah, I remember when we were able to turn into owls. That was pretty sick. I wonder why we stopped doing that. So yeah, I mean, there's puzzles in the mines, and you have to, like, bake food. Making food's a big part of the game, because, you know, you get new recipes to make stuff that gives you more stamina back. You can get more done in the day by having stamina. You go in the mine, get new metals to upgrade your tools, invent new tools even. When you start the game, you only have a hand axe multi-tool, which you use for fishing, tilling the soil, cutting trees, breaking rocks. But, you know, once you find actual metal, I think it's flint at first, you invent the hammer and the axe, and the sickle eventually. I don't think you get the sickle until you have copper or obsidian. But, like, you know, it's cool having actual tools pop up like that. Yeah, the progression was interesting. I felt like the game was gonna feel like kind of shallow once I got through the first year or two, and they stopped running out of new things to bring me, to present me with. Because otherwise things are just a little tedious. Like, yeah, it's cool that I have to go harvest wild seeds, but that gets a bit annoying real quick, which like you have the nursery, but you can't really afford to use the nursery early on until you get like high-grade products, right? First you gotta make juice, and then you can turn the juice into wine, and that's how you make your big money, by selling the wine. But you know, you need 2 different technologies to do that. Did I mention that the wild plants, like, domesticate as well? So, like, the first time you plant your tomatoes, it'll be gross green tomatoes with lines all over them, and they're called wild tomatoes. But eventually, after you've harvested enough and your plant knowledge goes up, you'll get regular tomatoes. And then you can get, like, domesticated tomatoes. I think there are 3 tiers to them, but, like, you know, you see them change from gross brown carrot to yummy orange carrot. From, like, selective breeding, I guess, is the idea. I think that's an interesting concept. And they're even worth more when they're domesticated. I just wish that they stack together, because that takes up, like, a lot of inventory space, actually. When you get, like, things of different quality as well as different domestication levels. So I usually end up keeping all the low-quality wild things for myself in the first year. And I would sell or cook the domesticated and high-quality things. And there are a lot of different quality levels. There's like good, better, goodest. So again, as you can imagine, storage is like an issue. So you only have like a little small box, and you can build a warehouse, but that's expensive. And I think I was in the middle of developing a new storage system, but I didn't get to it. I invented like pseudo refrigeration, which gave me like a dedicated thing in my house. It was pretty cool to store all my food. Very awesome when I finally got that, because I was about to run out of space for my food storage by the time I got to fall, and had all these things stocked up, because I was like, I don't know when I'm gonna need these for recipe or not. Some things need just a root or a legume, but then some things need a specific legume, like some things need garbanzo beans, and some things need regular green beans. Those are both legumes. So depending on how advanced your cooking tech is, which, you can buy like new utensils or things, or you can invent new things. You'll unlock new recipes, or you can earn new recipes from the other tribes as well. Yeah, I just ended up stocking a lot of things because I didn't know what I would need. With grains, that's another thing. Wheat is so very important. Like, yeah, buckwheat is technically a grain. You can use that as a general grain, but most things require specifically wheat and wheat flour. Though you can use quinoa flour and buckwheat flour for things, or even corn flour. Those are all technically grains, but it's not the same as wheat. Wait, I think I can catch these in my net. Fuck. something. It may have. Yeah, I think I want to go down here and hit this cube. The festivals usually have their own mini games at them, which is great. I remember in Stardew Valley, they were usually just talk to the people and watch a thing happen, but these ones have mini games. Like, there was one that was like the Cave Painting Festival, and it actually let me paint whatever I wanted on a wall somewhere. And there was another one, was like a music festival, and I had to play like a Guitar Hero thing. There was like a sports festival that had a bunch of different mini games at it, and if you get like a high score, you can earn a unique outfit from it. It was pretty cool. So the festivals are great. I guess before TV, dancing was entertainment for everybody, so in addition to giving gifts, you can like dance with people once per week. Everybody has their own unique animation, which is kind of neat, I guess. Like, I do appreciate that everybody has their own unique dance move. I just wish that you could do more than one. Maybe you can learn different moves. But you just do like dab, 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 dab. It's kind of silly. You just like walk up to someone while they're working, like, yo, we gotta dance real quick, homie. Dab, dab. So I don't know, man. I guess that's most of the thoughts. I felt like, again, the progression was very satisfying while it was happening. I didn't get to the end of it, but I feel like the game might have gotten to a bit shallow feeling at the end of like year 2 or whatever, which is fine. I mean, you know, most of the games only last 1 or 2 in-game years before you're out of shit to do. But, you know, I thought it felt good while it was going. It was charming, at least, though I wish that the actual citizens had more charm to them. Just, like, you know, the world and progression, you know, theming, it was all good. I don't think you're gonna fall in love with any of these characters like you may have in Stardew Valley. Your character is adopted. You actually start living in your adopted parents' house before you build your own home, which is actually pretty awesome for progression feeling. But your granddad, your adopted father, he's an old man. He looks like the Herald meme, like the internet historian guy. And the village chief, he looks like Sumito Media. I just thought it was really funny. Yeah, I mean, I guess those are most of my thoughts. It's interesting that you have to like re-explore every zone between seasons for your first year. And the progression's really strong there, but things are also just a little tedious with how little in the way of automation you get. I can't like tame an elephant and have it squirt water on my plants or anything like that. I can't train a monkey to harvest things for me. Like, stuff like that could have been cool. And that's how things work in like Room Factory. You train monsters to do farm work for you. Fuck! Now I'm gonna have to fight that guy again. Oh, maybe I won't have to fight him again. Yeah, I just don't think that you will enjoy it as much as Stardew Valley unless you just really love caveman stuff, alright? Which, I don't know, I think that might be like a guy thing. I'm sure Stardew Valley is very popular among women, and I don't know if they enjoy the Flintstones as much as me. Still, like, if you're tired of Stardew Valley, which you shouldn't be, considering how many, like, massive content updates have come out, as well as mods that, like, add so much new stuff to the game, like... I don't know, you can give it a try. It's pretty, like, solid, just a bit tedious at times. It was alright. I wish that I didn't lose my file, like I was playing it as like maybe once a week, making progress, and it was fun. I wasn't addicted to it or anything, but you know, and now I definitely don't want to go through it again, not for a while at least. I might go back to it someday. But honestly, I have My Time at Sandrock, which I was so in love with My Time at Portia that, like, I would rather just start playing that when I'm ready to do something like that. I guess that's all the thoughts. Again, there are a few more games that I have installed that I may or may not go back to, depending on whether or not the save files still exist. Like, I've had Super Lucky's Tale just sitting on my hard drive for forever. I played it like once, and it was alright. It's cute, it's charming, it's just like, very alright. I don't know if I'm ever gonna finish that. I might uninstall it later, but like, who knows? I'd like to give it another try. But again, I have like better platformers. Like Demon Turf is supposed to be so good, and I have fucking Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze I never played. And I want to play Super Mario Wonder. I'd rather play that over it, you know? I kind of want to replay Banjo-Kazooie because I never actually beat it. You know, it's like priorities, man. I got so much time, and like my backlog's gonna keep growing with all these new amazing things that come out. I gotta pick. Luckily, I have a list on my freaking GOG Galaxy that's like things I put in my backlog, or like things I put on hold or whatever. So I won't forget about them, you know, if I never say that I'm bored or whatever, I open it up and I pick something that's in the backlog. Because I know that I haven't played it yet. And I obviously own it, like I wanted to play it, so I might as well. I've been trying to, like, actually chew through that more recently, like... I buy most of my games for the year during the Steam's winter sale, like on Christmas Day usually. And you know, I'll pick up a few things, like if I'm excited for something, I might get a pre-order or something, like I did with Lords of the Fallen. But, you know, I've been trying to buy less and actually, like, get all of it done each year. I've been doing pretty good with that, I think. The issue is, I always end up buying, like, too much of the same kind of thing. Like, you know, I love RPGs, I love Metroidvania, so I get, like, 3 of each, and I'm like, oh, I didn't buy any shooters, but if I want to play a shooter, like, I do get fatigued from some of these things. You mean right in front of me? Oh, that's who's been doing that. I thought it was the Elder. Oh, he does have the same weird seaweed hair. Must be super old. So old that he shrank. Wake up, bitch. Bitch. Shot him in the dick. Yeah. Flame. I'm trying to smoke that stash you got there, bro. I promise. It's a secret to everybody, he said it. water dragon sounded like it easily could have been a boss, but no, it's friendly. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's like on the floor, on the structure there. It's the only other man-made thing in the area, right? Got it. Alright. That's it then. Is there anything else to grab up here? Can I just like jump off this? Hey. Alright, we need to find the big gate. Deep woods. Up that way. Yeah, I know I have a map, but I don't care. Skull. Okay, yeah. Huh? It's still there? Ah. So you can like launch yourself out of the water and jump. I don't know if that'll help with that. I don't think it does. Yeah, I'm actually gonna go back in and see if I can find a way onto that branch. I literally thought that's the one that I got rid of already, but I guess there's two that are up on high. I need a bluebell. Hard to believe that's just a picture of a bubble. It's not an actual 3D bubble. I explained billboarding last time, right? It does that. But that's why the little light shiny on it never is always in the same place. It's not actually subject to the direction of light, it's like just drawn on there. And the same thing with like the bowling balls in Mario 64. That was probably the craziest use I've ever seen of it, actually, because I thought those were 3D balls at the time. Yeah, it might help if I put like a marker on that. Right here. Now I should be able to like see that from the sky when I'm up here. I wonder if there's anything like on the way down here. I don't think you can go into free dive. Oh, I feel like I looked a little silly in my robe the last few times, but it's a little warmer today, that's why I'm not wearing it. I am a little behind on time stamping whatever. My VODs, I've got like 2, this is gonna be number 3 to do now. I'll probably do it after I finish this actually. No, I'm robes are like so out of fashion, and I totally could use a claw shot to get up here easier. I don't know, I never see people wearing them, and I just thought of like Theo Doyle twins, or whatever they're called, from It's Always Sunny. The ones that like drink milk and slam their sister. It's comfy though. Not gonna stop wearing it. I just thought I'd mention that it's actually raining outside right now. It's supposed to turn into snow closer to the morning, but it's warm enough for rain. Alright, so I need to draw a circle. Great. He's just like the goddess walls, I think you just draw it. I knew it was a circle, but I had to be sure. That's a claw, those are important. It's funny how the monster claws are so important here that I want to like kill every piece I see, because in Tears of the Kingdom I still remember every piece I see because wings and eyes are so fucking useful. If you're trying to like kill a King Leok, you get like a Lionel bow that shoots 3 arrows and you attach a peace eye to it and they all seek out the heads. It's like the best thing. Speaking of Tears of the Kingdom, just yesterday I finished the Fighter Temple. And I have the whole underground completely explored, so I don't know how I get onto the Spirit Temple's questline. Like, I thought something would happen, but now I've done the 4 areas that nothing's happening. Maybe I have to go back to the center town or whatever, but yeah, and there's just a Spirit Temple left, I guess, and whatever is going on in the sky above the Faron, whatever. I assume they're related, they're in like the same place, but yeah, we are almost done with that. I've got my 4 sages. The Goron one's pretty cool. I wished I had him way earlier because he could be used in place of bombs, which, to get to some secrets, I had to use like a lot of bombs, do a lot of digging, and yet it would have just been great to have him. Also, there's like a lot more interaction with the Zelda Vision, whatever the hell it is, going into that one. I feel like it maybe should have come first rather than last, if that's how it's gonna be. That was a circle, right? I don't know, it was weird because she was like almost non-existent with the other ones. And here she was just like all over the place, and I don't know, we just never found her. We just accepted that she's gone. I was like high-key avoiding Death Mountain because I thought I was gonna need all the heat-resistant stuff, but it's actually like temperature controlled. You can go there without potions this time because the mountain is erupting. You needed to go to the area underneath where all the lava is, but you could walk there and buy your heat-resistant armor. That's totally cool, which I did not know. Water. This area looks like a Mario Galaxy thing. I am caught in the current. It's a seahorse, but with the holy sword head. You know, the Japanese ceremonial sword that looks like that on a hilt. I think it has something to do with fire. Maybe that's why it's on the water thing, because it's a dragon. These little sperm boys swam right out of my dick when I got to this area. Does this one want to talk? My nunchuck? I don't know what you're talking about. It has legs and arms. These could be like protozoa. Like unevolved ones. Sure. Pretty sure we're at like 4 hours now, aren't we? No, okay, good. We're under 3. I felt like we were 1 more ahead, and now I'm like, because I want to get to, you know, just before the temple entrance like we usually do. And we're almost there. Just gotta get through this. You know, I'm not doing this at the usual time. Come on, I freed this man. Please talk to me. I won't eat you. I hate fish. I don't hate fish, it's just so mid. I'll show you how to use my noodle, baby girl. Shit. Can I blow this up? That's what I'm trying to do. I can. It's a silver roop. A rupor. As it's usually known. It's supposed to take away 100, not give you. Oh, is that a goddess plume? Oh. Hold on. Words just came into my head. Give me a second. What was it? Yeah. I said farm games are like getting to be so freaking like common and a little oversaturated now. I saw one called Lightyear Frontier that looked really cool. I think it was just announced, maybe. You're in space, you're in a mech, you're running a farm, you do the mining and the stuff. There's probably combat, I'm not sure. Like, it's not out yet. But it looks like it might be fun. I'm sure there's going to be a VR mod that is going to be great as multiplayer. I'll probably end up playing with my brother because he likes playing things with VR mods, just like we did with Valheim and stuff. Like, all the best VR games are mods, alright? Risk of Rain 2 is so fun in VR. I need to do the jump here. Anyways, yeah, I mean, that looks like an interesting spin. Just like Roots of Pacha had the caveman theme, this one's got the space theme with the mech, and like, that's probably gonna be really awesome, like getting upgrades and stuff for yourself. Or there's another similar one called One Lonely Outpost that like came out in early access and got really bad reviews because it's early access and it's not done. But that one you're like focusing on building a literal outpost and terraforming a planet. It's not necessarily a farming game, it's more focused on building the outpost, but you know, that's where the miscommunication happened there. Again, it's not done. But that one looked interesting. I feel like I talked a lot this time. I feel it in my voice, the straining. It could just be that I need more water and I drank what was in that bottle a long time ago now. I don't know, I thought I was past this, you know, I've been doing this for a few years. I thought I was able to talk, finally. I guess not, I never will be. Fuck. I'm not stupid, right? I can knock these into the wall. It looks like it's low enough for me to potentially jump over too, though. Oh, okay. Slime boy. These guys ain't shit now we've dealt with electric ones. There's a cube. Yeah. Might as well. This one's orange, so we can actually teleport back to it, I think. The one that was down there, I didn't say that it was blue. I think that was like an in-dungeon statue, you know, or it's just for saving. I gotta say, with this wider monitor, the motion controls have been working a lot better. It's crazy how much of a difference 3 inches can make. Ain't that right, ladies? Whoa, who's that Pokemon? That is a Pokemon, right? It looks just like one. I have no idea though. It's funny how I know enough about Pokemon to actually the casuals. But I still don't know anything about Pokemans, because I don't really play them. I know that I like Turtwig, and Piplup, and Mudkip, and Treecko, and Buizel, and Pikachu. Like, I know the starters, and a couple others. Very early game Pokemans you encounter. Show me some late game like one of them shark guys, I'm not gonna know them, because I never got that far. Yeah, y'all can see my Piplup and my Umbreon. My Umbreon plushies back there. You'll see Luigi hiding. I like that he's hiding because he's Luigi and he's supposed to be a weirdo, you know? The one next to the lantern's actually a Banjo-Kazooie that you can't really tell because the glare is so intense on the box. I don't know whether or not it's going to be collectible, but I kept it in the box for some reason. I kind of want to take it out. But, like, that's an official product, and it has a box, so, like, maybe I should keep it in the box. I don't know. Like, I leave the tags on most of these things if I buy them, though I usually end up finding them at, like, events. There's an amber relic. GIF. GIF. Eh. Where is the dragon? I came here to see the dragon. Oh, she's tiny. Shorty. What's up, Shorty? Sheesh. She in like a boiling pot? Come on, you told me to keep it a secret and I broke my damn word. That's not fair. Yes, sacred flame. Okay, how do I get you enough sacred water to fill a basin? I doubt a little bottle's gonna suffice. That's exactly what I need. Yes, wisely, I did not accidentally drink that stamina potion. I like when games acknowledge that I already have done the thing. Like when someone tells you to go do a fetch quest, you're like, oh, I already have those. And there's like a recorded voice line that says, I already have it. Or why don't you take these ones here? Something like that. So you don't have to like leave the conversation and click on the guy again and, you know. Small little quality of life thing. Makes you go cool. Like core, but with a Q for quality. I think that the sacred water is in that little plateau waterfall that's like right outside of the gate to the water dragon place. That's what my gut's telling me. We'll see. Well, it could possibly be behind this waterfall. It's not like I can see the temple entrance or anything. Yeah, we need Moses to part the Red Seas for us. So we gotta get some water first. Get yourself a glass of water. Did it just fly away? Why is it a grasshopper if it can fly? Why doesn't it just fly between the grass blades? There could be something down here. Oh, a rope. Oh, a relic. Oh, right. I said I was gonna go back to playing Risk of Rain 2. Real quick. We already talked about returns and how I like mentioned I think 2 is probably still a better game. Just because of like the advantages of 3D, like, you know, dodging and taking cover and aiming. So those are all like good things to add to the formula, you know. Shot to get up there. You know, I like how you can see all the items on your character. I think that there are more unique item effects in place there as well. I prefer the way some of the items work. Like the gasoline, it increases its damage when you stack it in returns, but in 2, it just expands the area of effect. The enemy explodes when you kill them. Like, I like that better, I think, you know? The only thing that's worse is collecting the artifacts. Like, you have to do little puzzles in each stage to collect the artifacts and returns in, you know, the original game. But, in 2, you have to look for the tablets, and then you have to put the combination in, and then you have to do the Bulwark's Ambry, which is the same thing each time you do it. And that kind of sucks. Some of them have the relic, like, applied during the thing, but it doesn't always do it. So, like, if you do the one that makes your survivor switch every level, that one doesn't take place, or the one that does class, I don't think class takes effect. You know? But because you have to get to the end of a run to activate the Bulwark's Ambry each time, it's like really time consuming to try and collect all those, and those are like the only thing I was actually missing from the achievements. So, you know, I was pretty close to 100%ing that, and that file's wiped now too, but they've got a new expansion coming out soon, so that'll give me a reason to jump back in. I was so preoccupied trying to knock out those artifact hunts that I never actually got the new ending from the previous expansion. You know, I was already playing it on and off. You know, I just have to go back to it now with more shit to unlock. Also, it has like a Thunderstore page or a Scoop Rain too, because it's made in Unity. So that means you get the Beppin INI, whatever, and it has like plenty of mods. People mod in like their own characters, their own stages, items. It's great. They've got like all the original characters from, you know, the main game, the ones that weren't ported over, like Enforcer and the Chef. Then they got some originals too, like the Paladin and the Samus. Samus is really cool. Like, you know, mod support just adds that much more value to it. I think there is stuff that needs to be, like, transferred with the next expansion to, like, help equalize the two experiences, but, you know, overall, I think 2 is still probably a little better. No, it's not here. Like the prismatic trials, I don't think they ever did anything with those really. And you had to do it to like get a move or a skin or something for the samurai class, the mercenary. But there was no real reason to ever do them beyond that. And I think that they could totally like port in those minigame challenges to Providence Trials that they had going. Those would be a lot of fun. My need is in the deep woods. I wonder if it's inside the temple. That makes some sense for that to be like holy water, you know? So I played like 80 hours of Returns. That's quite a lot, considering that it's only been out for like a month at this point. It's a real shame that I lost my save file because I was so close to 100%ing it, but goddamn, I needed to put my attention elsewhere anyways. See how that boy had underwear on? I love that. That's Flintstone technology. They cut the rope. I fucked up. What if I didn't open the shortcut last time? You know what? I gotta shoot this down so I can get the honeycomb. It's like a crafting material. So get these motherfuckers off my dick. Shit. Where it's at. Did I collect it already? Or did it disappear? I scared off the bugs. Fuck. Fuck. No. Yeah, it's coming from inside the temple. Makes sense. Cheeks, boy. Truffle shuffle. Why? Oh, right, the fountain. That makes sense. More sense than just any water from within the temple, I mean. Fuck. Yo! He dug his way all the way over here, dog. Alright. That TLOZ. It's talking about right here. See the butterflies? I'm gonna strum a chord, most beautiful. There's a goddess wall. Alright, so you can draw things on this and it'll make things pop out. So what you draw is a little finicky. If you draw like a bomb, you'll get bombs. If you draw an approximation of a rupee, you should get money. So you might just get hearts. That's like the default if you like mess up your drawing. And if you draw a Triforce, you'll get fairies. That's like the most useful thing, but I don't really need fairies right now. I'm gonna try and draw a rupee. It's pretty difficult though, like finicky, and like if you don't draw it evenly, it won't know what shape you're doing. Humble brag, low-key flex. I didn't think that would work. I think it was on the right. The monster pool? Oh yeah, bro. I think it was on the right side. There was a dig spot, like hidden. There might be something good in there. All goblins must die. Yeah, he's talking about the thing I'm remembering. I think this is the only temple that you have to like go back to. I mean, you did get the Diggy Claws in the second one, but you know, it's neat that they like included this into the main quest, so you're not just backtracking to come get this one spot. I'm might be other spots, but whatever. Apparently I needed to do that. But I had intended to come back for that. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, yes, there's a locked door here now. Ah.
My memory saved me from going through the other hall. Ah. Oh. Oh. What the fuck? It's the store. Is that a monster claw? Those are important. I'm just gonna say it every time. Hey! Did you see the bomb? I was thinking that I would need to do something like that because they're still gonna shoot me if I try and use the ropes on the side there. But I didn't know that there would be a bomb flower here. Only ones. Can I like recontextualize this whole area? And then they like reuse the whole dungeon, but you know, they turn into a little side diversion with its own tricks. This is neat. I want the water. Still, it's like a boss door, but there's nothing in here. I might dual hear him again, I'm not sure. I don't think so. Oh, what the hell? guys, you want to fight in a crowd? I don't know why they threw 3 of them at me. It's ridiculous. When they go for the big telegraph like that, you can obviously just wail on them, but it's not exactly safe to do so in a crowd setting. I don't have to drop a bomb on him? Alright. I'm sure those guys are probably really easy if I parried them, but I didn't even attempt to. No, I can't seem to get close enough to catch birds with my net. I wonder if I can catch them with the beetle. No. Maybe I just need the big net. Damn it. Alright, so sacred water. No? Alright. Specifically, gotta be from right over here where the fairies are. Fairy piss. Or maybe because it's coming out of the waterfall, it isn't tainted quite yet. A little splash of it's all she needs to heal. Spank them cheeks. Ah. Shuffle, shuffle. Alright, more for me. Where's that stupid bee nest? Son of the bitches. I'm sure took a while. Like before I was worried they were going on the floor, but now we're actually going on the floor. We were like so almost there though. Hey, a monster claw. Those are important. I'm gonna go through this whole area. I'll take the other path. Can't remember where it is. I think it's right by the entrance. Right. Yeah. Damn, bottom boy. And bring you a small cup of water. Oh, she no longer a shawty. She a biggie. Biggie bad. Wendy's. Wendy's biggie bads. Oh. I thought she was gonna, like, part it, not reverse the waterfall. Alright, I want to head back to town right quick. Get some upgrades, specifically the beetle. We should be able to upgrade the beetle now. Which will be nice to have a little speed boost. And use the beetle often enough. And then we'll head back there and then we will be done for the day. Alright, what we got here? Still need evil crystal. Can't do that. Okay. Hornet larva. Oh, it's a good thing I got that extra nest, huh? Magic flower, golden skull. Alright, I don't know why I have so many of those. And now you got like a little turbo booster on this guy.
Okay.
Upgrade him again already, alright.
Okay.
Sweet bird feathers. Oh, I get those. Two bird feathers. Maybe I have to shoot the birds, like, with the bow, which I don't have yet.
Oh.
I'll look into it. But now, you'll go burr. You watch this motherfucker. Bam! I ain't actually going up there though. I suppose I probably could if I went and got whatever treasure chest I've opened up with the cubes we collected, but I don't want to do that right now. I want to go save and move on with my life. The waterfall, yes. Alright guys, that's it. Maybe I'll have Tears of the Kingdom finished by next week when we do this again. We're obviously gonna do that water temple, I guess it would be, next time. I remember it being an alright one. The boss there is pretty cool. So we have that to look forward to. And I don't know what else is gonna be finished. I mean, considering that I lost my save data for so many things, I'll have to see. I'll have to see. I can pray though. What is that? What is that dot? Is that another save statue? I have no clue. Anyways, guys, I will see you in a week, right? It's not gonna be Christmas. Yeah. We've got like another week or two before that.